In fact, our continental politics are equally as important. In fact, Guinea had a coup in 2021, and the Guinea coup leader, Mamady Doumbouya, has been elected president. His victory completes the return to civilian rule in the West African nation. The former Special Forces commander seized power in 2021, toppling then-President Alpha Conde, who had been in office since 2010. Now, to help us understand what his victory means for the country and the region, and we speak to political and independent intelligence analyst Deyemi Saka, who joins us live on the line now. Deyemi, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Perhaps to start the conversation here, this means the fact that they've had a democratic election that's been determined free and fair, where the outcomes are deemed credible, means that Guinea can now return to the African Union as a full member and can also return to ECOWAS as a full member. What will this do for the stabilization of Guinea politics, not just as a country, but also the politics of the Sahel region, given that Mali, Guinea-Bissau, as well as Niger are still countries, including Burkina Faso, that are being ruled by coup leaders?
Well, I want to start off by saying Happy New Year, Oliver, to the listening audience. But let's not jump out the issue. It's not stabilization of politics, of Guinea-Conakry politics. It's stabilization of Colonel Mamady Doumbuya's government or regime, if you want to put it that way. It's a wrong signal for the Sahel region. It's probably telling the likes of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to do the same thing. And that wasn't an election, it was a charade of an election, or was a charade of a process. Opposition, or the key opposition figures, or prominent opposition figures were shut out from the contest. It's like going back to the dark era of having six-side dictators or six-side, civilian dictators in power. And there's nothing as good as people having the free will or being able to express their free will in a multi-party representative democracy. That is what is good. That's what's going to be lacking in Guinea-Conakry for a very long time. And let's do a simple arithmetic. Conde was in office from 2010 to 2021, 11 years in office. The now elected president toppled Conde in 2021, 4 years. He conducted an election 4 years after for a 7-year time in office. That's 11 years. So what is it doing, or what has Conde done that he's not going to do at the end of the day?
Perhaps to consider this question,
because
I think...
He's not spending 11 years in office.
Yeah. I guess to consider this question, I think this perhaps is the conversation that needs to be framed about the Sahel region, is that does Guinea-Conakry give us an example and a template of what could be possible for the rest of the Sahel region?
Obviously, and that's what they probably want to do now. They are going to give us a quasi-democracy, something that looks like democracy or probably civil rule, but which is not necessarily civil. And if you look at it, these people, I think Africa, I think it's South Africa together with the likes of Museveni. And when we get done, we should move beyond that era of Museveni, Paul Biya, Kagame in Rwanda. You can't be the only person that has solution to the problem or problems of your people. You should do your bit and leave or move on. And I think for us as a continent in Africa, to address these sit-tight leaders or sit-tight syndrome among our leaders, I think African Union must come up with a charter that all member states must sign up to it. You cannot change the constitution of your country irrespective of the sovereignty or respect to your sovereignty or being a sovereign state. You must agree as a continent you want democracy, you want the freedom of your expression of political will and, political demonstration or demonstration of political, aspiration and what have you. We have to create a space for people to really express their democratic will and, yearning. And all member states should sign up to it. There should be an African Union standing for, whereby if the leader is shifting the goalpost in the middle of, the contest, the African Union's special force moving gets him out of power like they did Tobago and let the will of the people be expressed. And I think by the time we have such things in place in Africa, African leaders will now again at the back of their mind that please, this is unfashionable. We can't be making a mockery of the continent.
Yeah.
No matter how good you are, there's a limitation to turn, move out of office. If the bad one comes, then your party can take over. It now becomes a contest of ideology, not a contest of personality.
Yeah. Deyemi, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your insights. Really do appreciate it. Always a pleasure to speak to you. That is Deyemi Saka, who helped us unpack the Guinea elections outcome. We're going to take a break. We'll continue on the other side of this.